Is the Super Mario Galaxy movie actually good? Well, honestly, it depends on who you ask. If we're making the comparison from the very first film that came out in 2023, I'm just gonna lay it out there. I think the very first movie had a lot more of a thing going on with the story. It was a lot more cohesive, a lot more fleshed out and written well. Pacing seemed just about right. There were a little bit of moments where it felt kind of like, oh, what are we doing here? But you realize it's just a Mario movie, so you're not supposed to take it serious. Compared to this film, I just feel like the pacing was just a little too quick for my liking. Important plot lines were just abandoned altogether for the sake of adding more cameo or another nostalgic bit, or hell, they introduce some sort of nostalgic boss fight or whatever, and you're just like, oh my god, I remember that. Now, if you go into this movie for the sole purpose of just being entertained and not expecting some sort of cinematic masterpiece, then I think you're going to enjoy this film. However, if you are a movie critic and you're somebody that actually goes in for plot and some sort of character development, I really wouldn't even bother wasting my time. With that being said, I want to talk about the pros and cons of this movie. As far as the pros go, the animation was flawless. This movie looks absolutely amazing and visually very pleasing to look at. Character design in this movie looks absolutely stunning. Rosalina, the Lumas, Yoshi. Oh, and Fox McCloud. We're gonna get into that in a second though. The music in this movie was absolutely killer. Taking iconic tracks from Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, remixing them to fit so well into this movie, man, I was geeking out every single time that I heard these tracks playing. Now, I understand that I'm no longer the target demographic for this movie, but I did grow up playing Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and hell, literally every other good Mario game out there. The last pro for this movie are the Lumas. They look so adorable and so cute. I think they really nailed it out of the park with them. But sadly, they just did not get enough screen time for my liking personally. And since this movie is the Super Mario Galaxy movie, they should have had way more screen time in my opinion. That's literally the whole purpose of the movie. You know, you gotta have the Lumas with Mario. Now let's talk about the cons, because there was a lot of them. Abandoned plot lines. The story structure for this film I feel like was absolutely terrible. On top of that, why did Fox McCloud have more screen time than Rosalina? No, seriously, like, why did one of the main protagonists from Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, mind you, have less screen time in the Super Mario Galaxy film than Fox McCloud? I don't know the exact statistic of how many lines Rosalina had compared to Fox, but she did not have nowhere near as many lines as he did. Now, as somebody that played both of these games religiously growing up, what happens in the game is Mario meets Rosalina very, very early. She introduces you to the Lumas, and she even pairs you up with a Luma that is literally your buddy till the very end. And in this film, they literally don't meet until the very end. Now, I understand that they had to build up to them meeting up in some sort of way that picked off from the last movie. They couldn't just put Mario in a random galaxy meeting Rosalina like how it was in the game. But shit, they might as well should have done that, because the way how they got to that point in the film just really displeased me. You find out that Peach and Rosalina are sisters of all things, which that relationship is not canon in the games. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think Mario had a conversation with any of the Lumas for that matter in the movie, like one-on-one. Yeah, the movie's fine when you're just watching it for the sole purpose of entertainment. You're just sitting there watching all the cool little colors flash on your screen, all the funny little jokes. But when you dig a deep dive into this film and you just pinpoint all the little things that they did wrong and things that just were not game accurate or lore accurate for that matter, it just helps you, it just makes you question, like, what are we doing here? I think one nice addition that they really had in this film was the small little Easter eggs in this film. For example, when Peach goes to find Rosalina and she's floating through the stars and through the galaxy, you see all the cool little planets and stuff, but you see one planet for a split second, and I just wish it had a little more screen time. It's the planet with the bunnies. The planet that Mario lands on in the very first Galaxy game after being blasted through the cosmos by an enemy. If you caught this Easter egg, I love you. You know what's up. You are a real one. You're an OG. But now let's talk Smash references, because there were 3 characters from Smash that appeared in this film. First one, obviously, is Fox McCloud. 2 is Rob, who was at the computer being a receptionist and just being utterly annoying. And 3 was probably the most hype. It was Mr. Game & Watch. Do I think there's going to be a Smash Bros. Movie? Yes. I think it's something that's already in the works, and they are teasing us slowly but surely with this film. From the moment that this movie even starts up, you hear the famous hammer noise from Smash Bros. You hear that literally at the start of the film. I knew Fox McCloud was going to be in this film, but after hearing that, I knew damn well that there was going to be so many more little Smash references or more characters to appear, and I was just excited to see. I guess my only question is, how the hell are they going to do it? And more notably, are we going to get characters like the Hand? I don't know how the hell they're going to go about making a Smash film, but if they do, which I feel like it's already set in stone and is in the works, otherwise we wouldn't have been teased this much in the movie, I just really hope and I pray that it is made with care and with time. That is the high risk, high reward film that they can make that, in my opinion, will compete with something as huge as like Avengers Doomsday. I'm not even joking when I say this. Do you know how big the Smash IP is still to this day? Did you like the Super Mario Galaxy movie? Let me know in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care.